But I would like to, understand, since you, talk about pre and post Harvard, it's such a complex equation to crack, and it takes years of, practice and years of, business model optimization that happens. How you sure that, these understanding, socioeconomic background of India, and it's so much fragment landscape. How to make sure that this your services go across different region of the country. So if I can get that, and plus if I can understand about the supply chain model, that how you build up that equation to make it right for you. So that's how for you. Yeah. Over to you, Shyam.
No, great first question, Sanyam. Okay. This is something that which is always there when we talk about Indian farmers, right? So you're right. Farmers in India have a very wide demographic profile, right? We say that, okay, at any point of time, there are six generations of farmers who coexist in India, right? You will find large farmers, you will find progressive farmers, you will also find subsistence farmers, right? You will also find farmers who are struggling to make their ends meet or who want to leave agriculture, right? So there will always be there is always this wide segmentation of farmers, right? As Dehat, we don't differentiate uh, among farmers, right? When I'm saying that, okay, in a district, if I'm working with 25,000 farmers, this is irrespective of their landholding profile, their crops, everything, right? And how it had become possible. That's also a journey in itself, right? That essentially we have to build communication channels with farmers and ensuring that different kind of farmers, right, will have different communication preference, different way of connecting with their, right? So like for every district we have this network of 100 channel partners, and then we have our field team in every district. They ensure that there is a continuous physical touch point with farmers, right? In form of meetings, in form of field level demonstrations, in form of various other field level activities. In addition to that, there is a 24 by 7 call center where farmers can call for any of their queries. There is an IVR calls that farmers receive. There is a message that farmers receive. There is a WhatsApp channel that farmers have, social media channels that farmers have, and there is an app that farmers get onto and get similar experience across all of these. So that's where we started, right? We started with a lot of dependency on physical touch points, and gradually we move on to more of a digital touch points. And I believe that with time, this journey will continue, right? There will always be a segment of farmers who will be very tech savvy, and connecting with them will be possible through all the tech channels. And there will be farmers who will need physical touch points as well. And plus, considering that we have a lot of operational engagement with farmers, there are always physical movements, physical activity which are happening. You especially asked about supply chain, right? So essentially, if you see the core of Dehat, right, we are building a very robust rural supply chain, right? Currently, across these 180 districts, we have reached to almost 1.25 lakhs villages in India, which is roughly around 15-20% of total villages in India, right? So that kind of last mile connectivity we have. We are also building now our capability to reach directly to farmers, right? Yeah, earlier we have the capability to reach in the vicinity to our channel partners, right? So that's a supply chain capability that we have built especially for agri, but can be a asset for rural supply chain in general.
So, what strategies, or it may happen that, that you might have also already answered the question. What strategies or tactics are most effective in expanding your reach within the B2B market segments? So I think that is another segment that we can actually talk about.
Yeah, I think so. B2B is definitely important, right? Dehat is a B2B2C company, right? So when we work
Yeah.
with farmers, we work through our channel partners. Similarly, we don't generally sell produce directly to a consumer. We sell produce to basically a processor or an exporter or the retailer who then sell to farmers or consumers on the food side. So a couple of things which are very, very important, right? Definitely one thing is that as an agri-tech player, essentially for them, we are competing with not any other agri-tech player, not anyone else, but we are competing with the traditional channel, right? To the players, to our channel partners to whom we are supplying agri inputs, they can also get those agri inputs from any traditional distributor. Or if we are supplying, say, produce to any processor like say Adani or ITC or someone, right? They also have the option to get the same produce from an aggregator or from a trader or from a dealer. So essentially, we are and have been competing with traditional channels, right? And there, the point of differentiation that we could bring, first and foremost, was transparency and visibility in the supply chain, as well as an ability of ours to customize as per their requirement. For example, if a corn buyer wants a specific moisture level of corn, right? Our nature of work of being connected with farmers end to end allows us to deliver that on that promise. So this, our ability to provide them with transparency, with visibility and customization differentiated us in the B2B space. The other aspect of that is that
Yeah.
once you have a working relationship with a buyer, we try to ensure that we go beyond the obvious. Like, for example, if you are working with an output buyer, we don't limit ourselves to just being a supplier to them, right? We also try to provide logistic solutions to them, quality solution to them, quality assign solution to them, financing support to them, right? Liquidation support to them. So we build an ecosystem around that buyer,
Yeah.
where our touch point with that buyer again, right, will be multifold. If we are working with our channel partners, we do the same. We try to provide the entire basket of products and services to them,
Yes.
so that
Yes.
they will have an additional sources of income and engagement with their health.
5 years from now, where we do see the heart is going. So if you can share something about a strategy that built up to create a bigger Dehat what we have right now.
For us, that's what I say, that we look at decades. So even 5 years down the line, we'll be
Let
talking
me
about.
change the question then. Let me change the question then. 10 years
No,
from
it's
now,
okay.
where will you see Dehat?
I was talking. So basically, we will be doing the same thing, right? Providing end-to-end solution to Indian farmers and maybe farmers in other countries as well, with the same kind of mindset, right? With the same sort of things that we do, almost similar sort of things that we do. The numbers will be bigger. Now, right now we are talking about 2 million farmers. We might be talking about 20 million farmers, right? So numbers might be just bigger, and with more value chain interventions that we are currently doing, right? With more integrated, bundled products and services that we are offering to all of our stakeholders. So I think the way that we are building our technology stack, the way that we are building our relationships and our network is essentially getting towards the same direction. And you know, and we sincerely believe that, right, it's such a huge ocean and we are just scratching the surface, right? It's nothing that we are doing. So there is a lot to be done in agri ecosystem. There is a lot to be done related to the scope and scale that agri offers to us.